Hey guys, hey, this is Dr. Ty here. I know with everything going on and the coronavirus, I wanted to take a few minutes here and just talk to you about the steps that we're taking and kind of how we're approaching things and kind of how we see things. Right now, we understand the mass hysteria, um, looking at the news and looking at even your Facebook and social medias, it's hard not to be afraid of this. And don't get me wrong, it is very dangerous. But what I wanted to do was just kind of walk you through from a medical side of it what I see and my perspective on this. So, the coronavirus, as we all know, it's part of the cold family. The coronavirus has actually been around for a while now. The first one was actually discovered in 1965. And up to now, there have been 7 different types of coronaviruses. The most common ones that we've heard of recently is basically MERS, which is the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, and then SARS back in 2003, the over in Asia. This is basically just another evolution of that. And what we do understand from this is that it all started from an animal that they had the virus, and it basically jumped from animal to human. At this point, we know that 80% of the population who gets it is actually okay. They're fine. Either they're asymptomatic and or mildly symptomatic at that. Now, the biggest concern is obviously, and we've heard this on TV, is older patients, 65 and over. So I kind of want to walk you through why it happens to older people. And one other thing I'd like to share too is that if you look through all of the journals, and we're talking about the Journal of Infectious Disease and New England Journal of Medicine, a lot of these people who have died from coronavirus also had comorbidities. They actually either had respiratory problems, diabetic, or they had high blood pressure problems. So when you couple that with the coronavirus, it leads to a very, very problematic thing. Now, when you look at people as they get older, obviously your body is more susceptible to a lot of different diseases. And a large part of it is because your body, as you get older, is in a very different type of place. It's more of a trying to cope with everything that's happening, and you're not as active. You're probably taking more medications. All these different things are basically decreasing your immune system. As your immune system decreases, well, now you're more susceptible. It's very similar to like a cold or the flu, right? Why is it that, let's say, your husband or wife gets the flu, but you don't, right? It's because your immune system was strong enough. So when we look at the coronavirus, it's very similar. I was watching the news the other day, and I saw that there was a man who was on one of those Princess cruises, and he said, "Hey, I developed the virus. I've had it for days. My wife was with it the whole time. She got tested. She never got it." Right? So it doesn't necessarily affect all, but it is very highly contagious. So in our office, we're taking steps. We're following CDC guidelines. We're creating a lot of space within our treatment rooms and our areas where we do have people that are in a group setting. So we're basically spacing things out. We're making sure that we're following all the highest standards and going above and beyond as far as disinfecting as soon as patients leave certain areas. Even as they come in as well too, we're requiring patients to now wash their hands and taking the proper proper precautions to make sure that every single one of our patients is safe, and really our staff is safe as well too. What we do is we help people, and I will never ever compromise that, no matter what. So we will continue to operate and help patients with their neuropathy, because it is a very important thing. Because if you look at what's going to happen to you, just imagine having neuropathy and then being stuck at home and looking at the news and seeing all the things, and you can't even do anything. But what's going to happen? Your immune system is going to go way, way down now, to the point where you're more susceptible to everything, right? So our job is going to be to take away something and help you with something, so that now you don't have to worry about it as much. So again, I understand you're scared. I understand that people have told you not to go anywhere, And again, we have to abide by all those things. And if the law says, hey, we're going to be all quarantined or at home, well, we're definitely going to abide by that. But until that point, and being uh, a medical office here, we're going to be helping people in any which way we can so that they can get beyond this. Because the one thing we do know is that it will end. It will stop at some point. And so we want to be able to continue to provide our patients the best care possible and help them any which way we can. So this is Dr. Ty. Again, I want to say, you guys be safe out there, but we are taking the steps necessary, and we'll be open as long as we can.